Welcome, welcome. I just feel like that's blurry or something. What is going on here? How's that? Maybe it's not blurry. Maybe it's my vision. Maybe I'm officially like old. We'll see. All right, we're going to get started here in just a minute. Let me do all my things. We know there's always the things that we have to do. Okay, we are doing Miss Marilyn Monroe today. And that was a request from yesterday. So we're going to get that going here in just a minute. All right, let's find out a little bit about her. She is a Gemini. Who would have thought that? Who would have thought that? I didn't think that. All right. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. All right. So we are doing Marilyn Monroe today. She is a Gemini. I didn't know that. I'm very surprised by that, but she is a Gemini. June 1st. She was born on a Tuesday. She's actually Gemini Sun and Moon Aquarius, so she's a little bit different. Okay, so I do want you to know or recognize that Marilyn Monroe, her name was not Marilyn Monroe. It was actually Norma Jean Baker. So she actually was born with a different name, and she was born Norma Jean Mortensen, and then later changed her name to Norma Jean Baker, and that was in 1926. And when she was discovered as a model, she was actually working at a few factories during the World War II. And at that time, she was brunette, and when she was first photographed, she was published showing her girl next door appeal. She looked fresh face, wearing no or to little makeup. So she was actually known for not being super consumed by the makeup. And because of her Mercury and Gemini combination, she's actually like would have been like a really great best friend. So she would have been a really good girlfriend to have around. And she was very chatty. And we all know her with the, you know, that intense eyeliner, red lipstick. We know her as Marilyn Monroe. So the sign associated with her star label, or her, I guess, who she was, that was what was seeking the attention. So Leo actually ruled by the sun. That's a planetary body around which all the other planets orbit. Leo's the sign of the individual and the ascendant and the first impressions. It's how we come across to other people. And at their best, Leo types have a very big ego and they like to show off and they love to be adored. And that's kind of what we come to know as her blonde, the way that she was. Blonde, the blonde persona, red lipsticks, you name it. The cute little voice that she would use. Hiya, fellas. Yeah, she was amazing. She was a very smart, intelligent individual. She did have a really difficult childhood. I am aware of that. I am aware that even maybe just kind of being pawned off by her mom because of some mental behaviors, or, you know, just sick and wasn't able to care for Norma Jean Baker. She was mentally unstable, and she suffered abuse really at a younger age even. And she actually didn't even know her dad. But she did reach a very high amount of success in her short life, though. All right, we're going to get started here. All right. So, again, make sure, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you can come back for all your tarot card readings. And again, I'm Jordan. I am Hangman Tarot. And I want you to also go ahead and hit subscribe. When you do, you're going to hit the bell button also. And when you hit that bell button, it'll bring you back here so you can get all your notifications. You won't miss a thing. And I want you to go check out all the links in the description box. I want you to go follow all those links and share, like, and follow if you would, please and thank you. Other than that, we're going to get started here with our Marilyn Monroe reading. So we're gonna dial in kind of about the celebrity. And kind of go over some past challenges, kind of coming into some current challenges. Now, when somebody's passed, it's almost like a message that will convey from that passing. So, like, it's not necessarily the individual, but it could be surrounding the individual. It could even be a message kind of in passing from those that have passed on. We'll see, though. I mean, this is one of my first, actually, this is my first reading on here with somebody who is deceased. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so King of Swords upright, indicating lots of authority, lots of good strength, good counsel, listening. Basically, she was on the verge of a spiritual breakthrough, or she was coming into a breakthrough, even at the time of her death. She was ready to kind of come out and speak about it. She was ready to talk in general, if that makes sense. It was almost like she was losing sight of a goal that she had in common with the people that she was surrounded with. There might have been a breakup even around the time that this had happened. She was dealing with that. That's kind of where this is going here. Yeah, it was almost like there was some sort of celebration approaching also. Just kind of less excitement about maybe whatever was going on around her as well. But she was definitely losing sight of things that were not kind of fitting to maybe this spiritual breakthrough or this breakthrough in which, you know, she was going to talk or, you know, communicate across. A past challenge was definitely some sort of deception. Having like a different plan of action than other people. She was pretty vigilant at the time of this challenge. Currently, there's a lot of quiet about Marilyn Monroe. There's a lot of quiet that, you know, we're not hearing, obviously, because it's extremely quiet. But, you know, everything was fine. And there was a celebration coming up, and that's being indicated with this Four of Wands upright. Her money was good in a really modest way. She was kind of like creating, you know, this little empire for her own. But it's indicating that there was definitely some kind of deception, and she was very much trying to stay in that open mind, and she was trying to stay within that vigilance and just kind of experimenting, trying to have a plan of action. How did Marilyn Monroe feel about herself while she was amongst us? She didn't feel as connected. She didn't feel as together. It's almost as if she had nonstop relationship issues, and this is our Lover's card, and this is definitely a reverse. She just felt kind of never in the knowing. She felt like she maybe just never connected. She was always at a crossroads. She was always just kind of like standing there trying to make a choice or a decision. And it's just something that was never an easy thing for her. And there was some sort of cheating. She felt like she was cheating herself, or she felt like she was being cheated on or cheated in life in general. Yeah. Furthering through, though, she was coming into a place where she was choosing from the bigger picture. There was a cause and effect that had a huge telling of the rest of her life or her demise. Almost like she was kind of like moving away, and there was a lot of involvement. But she you know, there was responsibility, there was fairness, and she was finding those things in the full picture she was choosing to see at the time. How's the world see Marilyn Monroe? Ace of Fire reverse. So we would never like, it's almost like we see her creating a new identity still. So it's almost as if we always see these new projects with her. We always see these new things going on. There was always potential. The world is always hesitant to just let go of, you know, who Marilyn Monroe was. So there's always some sort of experimenting in these new projects and new identities and these developments, kind of recreating Monroe every single time. Yeah, and the world's kind of had it in the whole situation, kind of burnt out on the situation. That might be why, you know, they keep recreating it, and then we get burnt out on it, and then they come back again with it. So it's like, it's almost like an I've had it type of situation, especially when that burnout happens. And it's always this cycle. It's always kind of coming up, but that creating that new is kind of always happening. It's infinity now that she's not here any longer. She was changing her ways at the time of her death. Let's say that she was. Basically, Knight of Pentacles is indicating that she was extremely realistic at the time, and she was being very cautious and thorough, and she was dedicated to basically finding truths or facing the truths, especially in her life. And she was really willing to see the facts in the situation, especially if she was at a place where she was trying to change, especially coming away from this deception that was approaching, and that was like, you know, really, really not exciting to her. Almost like that losing sight of that common goal, but instead of doing that, it's like, I'll just see the entire picture here. Yeah, so is she, what was happening if she wasn't going to change her ways? If she wasn't changing her ways, what was the outcome of this? Giving up. Overwhelmed. 7 of Wands reversed. Avoiding relationships completely, avoiding conflict completely, just overwhelmed by the entire situation. The spiritual guru within inside of her, that's Taurus Hierophant. The wisdom, the inner guidance she was giving herself was just not enough. And it was just like she was at a point she couldn't avoid this anymore. This is just where it was. And the whole conflict was her entire fucking life. She gave up. All right. We're going to move on. Poor Marilyn Monroe. All right. We're going to move on. We are going to actually get into one more celebrity. Let's find out. Okay, so I'm coming back into a Trisha Paytas situation. There was a request for Trisha Paytas. Something's going on with Trisha Paytas. I'm not quite sure what. I do know that she kind of quit Frenemies, which is her podcast with another person. They, you know, banter back and forth. They're kind of friends. They're kind of not. It's just like, it's super interesting. It's intriguing. She had some sort of a feud, though, before she took off or whatnot. So let's find out some stuff, what's going on with her. Okay, so Ethan Klein is the one that she does. We should do an Ethan Klein reading, honestly, because we could get more from both of them. So she's stepping away from the highly successful podcast that she does with Ethan Klein. In a 22-minute video posted on YouTube's channel, Paytas, who uses they and them pronouns, she revived their Sitting on the Kitchen Floor series to discuss the breakup, which many commenters believe will not last. The decision came after a fight on the most recent episode, which premiered for those who paid a membership on Monday and for everyone else on Tuesday. Following their announcement, though, she admitted that they had an episode when it came to one of the segments in which upset a new H3 producer who created it and her boyfriend who works at H3. She did not name either employee, though. She took a larger issue with Klein allegedly saying Paytas didn't contribute. What then took place, according to those who viewed the contribute in the episode earlier, was a conversation about financial breakdown of the show, held openly in front of employees, including that 5% of the AdSense revenue goes to the crew who creates it. So it was almost over like, who's getting the money here? And it was kind of an open conversation at a really inappropriate time, probably. She informed the crew. Paytas said that later that night, Klein informed them that the crew did not want to film a vlog with them the next day because they thought they were really rude. I do not need to apologize for the delivery of how I said it, but I just really, really icky about the situation, and I really do think that I just don't fit in. I think she fits in. I don't know what the hell she's talking about. I just think she's just not got her, she does not have her own back, and that's fine. It's just something that happens along the way, I guess. Everyone's really nice. I really do apologize for offending anybody, though. Okay, so she did have some ideas that were shot down. She talked over it about trans people getting killed. And she said, yes, I should have said something, but in the moment I said the segment sucked. Paytas said that they have no issues with anyone on the crew, including Ethan and his wife, Hila, who is the sister of Peyton's fiance. They're just not feeling the best in the situation and they feel like they're letting the audience down, as far as Paytas and Klein described the podcast talent, whereas they believe they're 50-50 building the show. She said she was really feeling bad about how she felt. So Ethan basically reached out to her, said he wasn't happy about how she handled the situation, and he said it was unfair. Instead of talking to him and handling it privately, she put out other 20-minute video that caused my crew to get so much hate that they are now privating their Instagrams. Trisha Paytas said she wasn't rude to them. I don't know nothing about what you pay them, and I don't care to know. It has never been about them. Okay, this is from Ethan. I'm starting to get upset about all this. Our crew is getting hate from Trisha's fans on our personal accounts, and I'm losing my cool. The crew has done nothing but support us. So, yeah, there's definitely a lot of things going on. So, just kind of a back and forth situation. We should do an Ethan. We'll do an Ethan Klein reading first. I just feel like that might help if we did both of them and see where they kind of come together. And he's a Cancer. And she's a Taurus. Oh, God. She's stubborn, and she probably just does not give two shits what the heck he's saying. She's like, no. It's like no use right now. You gotta wait till she cools down. Chills out. She thinks she's right, so it's like, Okay, so Ethan was born June 25th, 1985. He's 35 years old. His zodiac sign is Cancer. His moon sign's a Virgo. He was born in California. His profession is a YouTuber. Best known for H3H3 channel. He is 5'11". I don't know why you would need to know that. Okay. Virgo for his moon sign. Yikes. He's a Cancer sun. Moon sign's Virgo. He talks a little bit like a robot. To me, anyway. Okay. Okay, let me figure this out real quick, and then I will get to their reading. I think they were even dressed up. To make matters worse, they were dressed up. I think like Nicki Minaj, I don't know. And Munster, or some, you know, that guy off of the Addams Family. He was the brother. What the heck is his name? Anyway, you gotta have to check that out. I'll probably have to grab a link for y'all and put it down in the description box. Because this is just too much. This is just too funny to get in an argument looking like that. It's a hot mess. I'll put a picture up, though. Where did you go? There we go. All right, picture's up. Yeah, so it's going to be, we'll just do a collaboration tarot reading, Ethan Klein and Trisha Paytas. Okay. Okay. All right, so we're doing Ethan Klein. And we're just going to figure out a little bit about Ethan Klein before we get into the scoop, get into the conflicts here, kind of dig deep and see what's actually going on. Ethan Klein, Virgo, Cancer. Okay, let's find out about Ethan Klein. Ethan Klein. Tell us a little bit about Ethan Klein. That was quick, wasn't it? Okay, so he's a manifester. He kind of created new ideas. He's the creator of the new ideas here. The Ace of Sword upright is indicating that he's basically triumphing over any difficulties, but there was a major breakthrough, and that was probably indicating the things that he's working on. Even kind of coming into, here's our Three of Pentacles, some type of a friendship. It's super exciting. He loves the community of it. He loves the celebration in it. So he's actually just kind of in a place where he's really bringing out the ideas. He's really manifesting the things, and the abundance of it is creating such a celebration, a community, and the friendship, that's overwhelming. That's an excitement. That's a joy. That's, they both kind of have this connection with each other. That probably is something that you can explain. Yeah, he's just all about building. He's very much into the building of things and bringing in the new. So he's, and he's in the very beginning of things here. And right as he hit the beginning of wherever he was for like his ideas and stuff, he actually created, he got into this new idea. And then it was just a little bit after that. After, he had planted the seeds, he had, watered it, he was starting to grow. And, that's when that friendship began. Let's find out some challenges in the past here. Four of Wands reversed. Wheel reverse. Okay. So it's not so much indicating that it's almost like straight into the gate here, like of this friendship that is being indicated, which is an earth sign. He was quiet about the celebration of it. He was quiet about the whole thing. It's just the relationship, it's fine. The relationship is fine. It's good. It's in a modest, good place. There was an increase a little bit here in some good and bad luck, kind of like a balancing act here. He was resistant to the change, though. So there was a resistance in the beginning, and it's almost like he broke cycles so that he was able to get into this place where now everything's fine. This friendship is good. So that was kind of some of the challenge here, was just getting into a place where he was comfortable with a friendship with this individual that we're speaking on, who is an earth sign. Find out some things currently. Currently, there is a lot of holding back. Not dealing with anything moving forward. Got Eight of Swords, that is in reverse. It's just all about making choices or excuses here for somebody else. And currently, he's making excuses, and he's making them for somebody else. Yeah, so somebody in the relationship just really doesn't give two shits. And this is our Four of Cups, and that is in reverse. So somebody is ignoring the fact that this is going on. They're just completely, they don't give two shits. And their concerns about the situation have decreased. And that's probably because, she, exploded or whatever, and now she just doesn't really care. And he's holding back. He wants to make a choice here. He's trying to make a choice, but he, again, is just allowing this. He validated it and made excuses time and time again in this relationship. And he didn't want to deal with anything except for, the good stuff about the breakthrough and the friendship and the community and the joy. He didn't want to even gather that he was in a place where he just was resistant to the friendship. He actually, had to break a type of cycle of his, a type of habit, just to do this whole frenemies thing. He feels as if, he has enough power here. He feels like he has enough knowledge. He feels that the other person is a gift. I mean, he, again, is still thinking that this person is still of value. For himself, though, he feels as if, this will alter the course for the rest of his life. This is Two of Wands upright. He's saying yes to any enterprise. He doesn't care. With, expectation, he feels like he's going to achieve some wealth here. He's still in a place where he's like, you know what? It's not that big of a deal. It's just, the beginnings of things. It's not a big deal. But there was deception, some type of deception, and that's how the world is seeing it. The world is being open-minded. We're vigilant. We are watching everything at this moment. But yeah, we just feel like the respond to change was quick, and we feel as if there was different plans of action here, and we feel as if it's kind of, at the end stages. That's where the world sees you. What's the outcome if Ethan doesn't change a thing? What if he just, hangs out and says, fuck it? Where are we at on Ethan? He seems to be pretty optimistic from what the cards are indicating, though, about kind of moving forward and knowing that fortune is still existent for him. And it's just, the beginning of it. Yeah, so again, this is the Ace of Wands. And he's going to start, he's going to keep starting, this enterprise or, these big things that he's doing. Even if he says, fuck it, I'm not going to change a thing, he's going to be able to express that. He's going to be able to take on any new role. He's going to be able to get into a place where he is super creative, and he's going to express every effing idea he can. But this is just planting seeds. This ending cycle is just planting seeds for the new one. All right, let's find out if he changes something here. What is going to happen? He's going to be stressed if he tries to change or alter the course here. Ten of Swords upright. He's going to be in an end game anyway. So this is the ending of something, and he's stressed. He's over it. He needs a break from the situation. Almost to kind of let go of the worry that this is really put onto his plate. And he's not a big player of that. He's just, trying to be in this joyful, manifesting place. But this is all about starting that new cycle. It's all about planting seeds. It's the end of a period. It's the end of a chapter. It's moving on to a different fucking book. And he's going to do that either or. He sounds like he's got a good head on his shoulders and a good heart, and he's trying. He is trying. I can feel that. It's being very much indicated. I can feel it in my gut. He is trying. I don't think he really meant harm. All right, we're going to move on to Trisha Paytas. We are going to do her reading, just kind of counter off of Ethan's reading to see where she sits on things. And we're directly speaking on the matter too. So this is not about anything specific except for that. All right. All right. So she's loving. She's a spiritual individual. She's very much a Queen of Cups energy. She is an empath. She trusts her gut. And sometimes her gut is off though. So when she moves forward, it's almost like she leaves home, she's moving forward, but yet she's stuck in the past. So she's stuck in the past on something, and I don't know what that means. Her independence, though, keeps kind of moving her forward, and she's, very much still stuck in that old energy. Whatever was going on in her past, she's very much stuck in it, and that is our Six of Wands reverse. Let's find out a little more here. Let's find some challenges in the past. Okay, so in the past, something dealing with a father figure, some sort of security, this Emperor upright, and this was definitely in her past, but this could be an Aries. This could also be an air sign in general. But the stability and the security of the situation was almost like there was some power or order over her when it came to her father. There could have even been legal issues or some type of a law situation, but there was something going on there with the stability and security of the father. Currently, though, she's in a Two of Swords. This is reversed. She's feeling helpless to make changes here. She really is. She's someone who just is not admitting the truth in this situation, and has exasperated the severity of the situation. She's being dramatic. She knows it. And I don't think she knew it, though, at the time. Like, I really don't. And, you know, again, she just feels helpless to make changes here because she doesn't want to tell the truth. You know, this is what I did and this is who I am and now I fucked up. And the severity of the situation was exasperated. It was encouraged by me. But I'm not willing to admit that. I mean, minus the loving spiritual inner goddess that she is, it's just, she's in a, if you're stuck in the past, you're in a really odd place when it comes to that kind of stuff. Yeah, so she feels frustrated. She feels like she's scattered right now. She feels like the passion project is definitely going to be delayed. And this is Knight of Wands. This is reverse. So she is feeling frustrated. She's, you know, probably very disappointed in herself. The world sees her struggling. We don't see her winning, and we see her at an ending right now. And that's that 10 of Wands upright. So basically, she's looking like a burden almost. She's looking as if there's just no winning. There is no winning here. And we feel like she's taking the blame. And we're looking at it like she's taking all the blame. She feels like she should. But she's not verbalizing that. So outcome, if she changes a little bit here, she's going to get into a place where she's successful. She'll level up. I mean, there's nothing wrong with her except for the fact that she sometimes is nasty and rude to people. Sometimes she says very politically incorrect things. She's purposely, I don't know. I don't feel like purposely she is. I just think that her shock value has been successful thus far with her. But even with all that being said, like the turning point would be now, especially if she were to fucking stop doing dumb things. Because this money increase would be large, and the karma in general, it would be consistent change. But, you know, that might not be the thing here. All right. Yeah, so if she says screw it, I'm not changing a thing here. She's going to be deep into her shadow. So she's letting old stories kind of like steer her. She's deluded about the situation. She's just not finding time within herself to create a present. And so all of the wallowing and the sorrow and the sadness that is been in the past, that is something of an illusion now, because you don't even actually know correctly, you know, like, because it's not happening right now. You're not in this breath. It's just like, how do you know that this is actually something that should shape your life? Well, it's going to fuck things up for her, especially if she says, fuck it, I'm not changing. She's really going to lose a lot. What's the outcome? Okay, so she has the outcome here is her not trusting. This is the Earth. This is 3, and this is in the beginning stages of things. There is a delay here, again, because of the situation around it. The celebration of this friendship was very much in the past, and she's just not in a very trusting circle around her. Either she's made it that way, which I'm assuming that she's kind of like manifested that kind of happening because she was so consumed by it. She's created that. She keeps creating untrusting people around her. Well, they were trusting, and now they're not. She's over it. So that's the outcome. She's had it. She's over it. 8 of Pentacles, that's in reverse. Again, this could be something where she comes back on board, because the number indicating that it's more at the end of the cycle and there's a delay to it. So it's almost like it starts up again, maybe. So frenemies could continue, but it would just be a shortcut. I mean, it still will result in the same thing, if that makes sense. So her burnout, her kind of being over it, and her having no patience with the situation, that is going to be the outcome every fucking time. It doesn't matter how many times she goes on that show. It doesn't matter how many new cycles or how many times she restarts the cycle. She's in delay because she keeps doing that. But it might be so big that she doesn't go back. But again, this is indicating that this is more further down in the story of frenemies. So it's like she goes back probably and then just redoes it again, because she's going to get upset about this kind of shit every time, especially if she doesn't change things or doesn't work on that type of stuff. All right. We are all done with Trisha Paytas. Okay, so make sure if you have a celebrity that you have in mind or somebody in the media that of controversy, please let me know and I will definitely do a reading ASAP and I will acknowledge you. I'll give you a shout out. I'll holler at you and I will tag you and let you know that it's up. Also, if you would, please hit subscribe so that you can come back to Hangman Tarot. Again, I am Jordan. I am Hangman Tarot. Go ahead and hit subscribe, the bell button also. Then you can come back because you will get notified immediately. And go check out all those links in the description box so that you can go check them out. All the social media, you can like, share, and follow wherever you would. Please and thank you. This is growing. We are almost at 200 subscribers. So it's very, very exciting. When I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to be giving free gifts, free readings, and I will be doing something of a surprise. It has to do with pie. All right. We'll see you soon. Have a good